Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Many Nigerians have been reacting over the issue of granting amnesty to insurgents and bandits who have wrecked the life of many Nigerians, causing Nigerians to have, different IDP camps everywhere, especially in the northern part of the country. And at the same time, there are certain people who have also come up that to support the bandits and said the only way out from banditry activity is for the government to call them to a round table for a discussion. But right now, the military has stepped up to inform Nigerians what actually happens to this guy. Nigerians believe that these guys are actually being pampered, but they just have to open up. And in another news, we're going to tell you the position of a particular emir as against what Sheikh Gumi has been saying about the issue of banditry. We're going to be discussing all of this in a jiffy, but first of all, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The Theater Commander Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadin-Kai, Major General Christopher Musa has urged Nigerians to discard the insinuations that the surrendered Boko Haram were being pampered. Musa, in an interview with newsmen on Wednesday in Maiduguri, explained that the action of the military in receiving surrendered insurgents was in line with international law and best practices. He said that even during combat, when an enemy surrendered, the capturing force are by law not allowed to shoot that individual. According to him, the military is meant to hold, arrest, and treat the surrender enemy humanly. According to him, he said, I don't know if people misunderstood human treatment as pampering, because if he is sick, we are supposed to treat him. If he is hungry, we are supposed to give him food. We are supposed to provide him shelter just like any other person, and that is exactly what we are doing. So there is no aspect of pampering. We are just keeping them as humans to ensure that they are fit enough to go through proper procedure, and they will definitely go through these procedures. Again, let me assure the public that there is no any aspect of pampering. We are sorting them out so that those that didn't play any part will be handled separately, while those ones that took part actively, the combatants, will be treated differently or separately. The theater commander, however, urged the remaining insurgents to come out and surrender now that they had the opportunity to do so. He advised them to understand that they could never win the war against the state, urging them to disarm and come out and join the nation to develop a greater Nigeria for the future of the younger generation. According to him, again, he said, I am sure that even they too want their children to have a conducive atmosphere where they will grow and where there will be development, because staying in the bush and killing people will not provide that. They should not allow anybody to deceive them into taking arms against the nation. They will never win, and they can never win. And so it is important for them to understand that anybody who disarms will be treated fairly according to international laws. Musa explained that some of those that surrendered were being sorted out, adding there are some that were conscripted forcefully. Some grew up in the system without knowing what was going on, while some were held as ordinary slaves and used as farmers. He assured Nigerians that all the surrendered insurgents would be properly profiled, adding that the law would take its full course. According to him, he said, we want to reassure the citizenry that we are on top of the game. We assured them that we will continue to do our best to ensure that peace returns to the Northeast, which is our mandate. Meanwhile, in another development, the Emir of Katsina, Abdul Momimu Usman, believes that bandit killing people in the Northwest have decided to take people's life hence don't deserve to live, as against those pushing for a dialogue with them. It has been reported that the Emir stance differs markedly from those canvassed by Sheikh Abubakar Gumi, who has been leading a carrot campaign for the federal government to dialogue with the bandits towards granting them amnesty, as against the stick approach, where they are punished for their terror activities. The Emir bare his mind during a security stakeholder meeting in Katsina attended by Governor Aminu Masari, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, the Emir of Douala, Umar Farouk Umar, and a host of others. Usman similarly lamented the delay in prosecution and punishment of offenders, saying this is good in serving as a deterrent to other criminals. He told all those present at the meeting on Tuesday that government at all levels must rise and punish the bandits accordingly, stressing that no one should resort to banditry in the name of settling scores. Bandits have turned states in the Nigerian northwest into hell, kidnapping for ransom, taking down some, as well as burning rural communities. He went further to say that things are not the way they used to be. The government in some of the states like Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and Sokoto have cut telecommunication service, banned sales of petrol in containers, and suspended the weekly market, among other measures taken to support military operation against the bandits. Wow. The reason why most Nigerians think very different from what the military theater commander is saying is because of the kind of treatment that they have received from these insurgents and banditry. He has opened up to tell Nigerians that they must go in sync with the international law and also be able to sort them out. Now, as much as we are not happy with what has happened, I kind of look at it from the professional aspect of the soldiers or army, and kind of align with it, because most of those people were forcefully taken into captive. Now, there are a lot of such people who are still there. Unfortunately, they are serving because they have little or no option. They are there serving their so-called kidnap masters, and they do all manner of things. I think that's why the army want to sort them out. But they have to be very careful in the sorting out, because if you fall into the hands of a crafty person, he will pretend as if he doesn't even know how to carry a gun, and you sort him out, give him a preferential treatment, and push him back into the society, where after a long while, he will turn out again to be very, very hostile, because the thing runs, right now, let's be real to ourselves, the thing runs in their blood, So the sorting and the finding out of who these guys are, whether they were victims or they were passive members or very active members, it must be done with so much caution and professionalism, because Nigerians are angry. If you want to have pity on these guys, then it should all start with the displaced people, internally displaced people who are now being grouped into different camps and all of that. They should be the first people to enjoy any form of financial help or financial benefit from the government, and not those who were plaguing the lives of the people. That's exactly what Nigerians are really looking up to. Well, the theater commander did not really specify how it's going to look like for those who were active participant in the issue of insurgency, but he said that everything will be done in accordance to the international law. Now, looking at the issue of the Emir of Katsina, I think that the man is so pained, considering what his ears have heard and somehow what his eyes have seen. And shockingly, most of these people have relatives, loved ones, whom, these same bandits and call them insurgents have also hacked down, have also killed. So they are angry. The man, what he was saying there was not like he hated bandits, but these guys need to pass through what they have caused our own people to pass through. They must be dealt with so that it will save us, a kind of, it will help to stop others from getting involved in it. Because most of the time, if you don't react aggressively against some of these bandits, they just feel that others will just go back, or maybe possibly throw them into prison and release them afterwards. They say, man, nothing did. Is it not just to go into prison and come out afterwards? So there must be stringent punitive measures that are aligned or is being kept aside to deal with this kind of people, so that at least Nigerians should, beat their hands in their chest and say, yes, they did this to us, and this is what they are doing to those who were passive participants of this insurgency group. We'd like to leave it there. You may have a different opinion, but do well not to insult. Just tell Nigerians, what do you think about what the theater commander has said and what the Emir of Katsina had to say about Gumi?